Hi guys, I'm Isaiah Hartman, member of the 2018 Hobie fishing team, and I'm in here at Lancaster County Marine, and I'm going to show you my 2018 Hobie Pro Angler, how I have it set up. Just want to start by thanking my buddy Zach for doing these awesome new decals to promote my sponsor, Lancaster County Marine. Decals look awesome, Zach. I appreciate you doing that for me. I think the boat came out really well. The Lancaster County Marine crew here did some custom rigging on the boat, and it really looks awesome. The three main features that I use when fishing the Susquehanna River: I use the anchor system on the side here. We have an anchor trolley. I'll show you how that works. I use the stand-up Hbar and the Lowrance fish finder over there. So we're going to kind of take a look at each one of those features and give you a look at what they're going to do and how they're going to help me with fishing this year. Starting with the anchor trolley system. The trolley system is easy to install on a Hobie Pro Angler. Hobie has the kit that they sell, and it's very simple because all the hardware is included in the kit, and the nice thing is there's no drilling when you install it. Hobie has already taken and sunken in the brass fasteners into the polyethylene, going down through the sides where the buttons are, and for the cams on the end. They include Loctite in the kit, so it's very simple to put a little bit of blue Loctite on each one of those screws when you install them. The anchor trolley system gives you a pulley system on the side here. The majority of it is made from rope, and then in the middle we have some shock cord here that allows you to kind of get that tension. You also have two large rings here that allow you to do different options. You can run an anchor rope up through. You can use a stakeout pole, just a manual pole, and just kind of go right down through the ring. Or you could do a drift chute. That's going to just kind of clip onto there. Nice thing about the trolley though is from sitting in the vantage seat in the middle of the boat, I can deploy an anchor from the bow. So let's say I determine I'm going to deploy the anchor from the bow. At that point, so the trolley system is not rotating and moving along the boat, there's a button that comes in the kit you install right here down at the one of the screws for the steering tiller handle. You just give it one wrap around that button, and now the trolley system is taut, and it's going to stay right where you had it set. This is what I use most of the time, 3-pound grappling hook style anchor. 3-pound is enough to hold the Pro Angler 14. It's actually plenty of overkill in my opinion, but 50 foot of rope is good. Most rivers that I'm going into, especially Susquehanna, you've got anywhere in depth from about 5 feet on up to 30. So 50 foot is a good length to have. And nice thing about this anchor, when you're not using it, just simply bring the collar to the top, and the anchor is going to fold together, so it's easy to store inside the boat. The Hobie Hbar is just that one feature that I had to pick one thing to add on to any pro angler. It would be the Hbar. The Hbar is awesome just to help you climb on and off the boat. It gives you something to hold on to that's up higher, rather than trying to hold on to the side of the boat as you climb on and off. It also gives me something that when I'm fishing, if I'm sitting in the chair fishing and the front, the tip of my rod bends, I got a fish on, gives me something to grab a hold of and just pull myself up to stand up. The Hbar probably is most used though for stand-up fishing. Gives you something to lean your belly into right there when you're standing up. I know if I am working a topwater bait and I'm walking a frog on the top of the water or something like that, and I need to be standing up to do that. That way I can get the tip of my rod down close to the water level. So the Hbar gives me something to lean against as I'm doing that. Nice thing about the Pro Anglers is that they are so stable. When I'm standing up, I can turn and I can fish off the side of this boat, either side, and put my side right into the Hbar as well. So really awesome feature. The nice thing about these Hbars is they're all adjustable. You've got pins right here that you can basically unscrew these red pins, and these legs can lengthen right here, which would change the pitch and the angle of the top of the H-bar. You also have lengtheners right here. Same concept. You have those two red knobs. You loosen those, you can lengthen it this way so you can kind of bring it in closer to you. Even going further, the H-bar is now including, for the H-rails, these special mounts here that you can basically simply unlock that, and it gives you the ability to slide that closer to you or further away, depending on how low you want the H-bar to sit. So customization is awesome with the H-bar. The other features you have to the H-bar, so transportation, we can pull two pins very simply right there, and we can lay the H-bar front. These back legs are just going to pop into the keepers right there. And then up front here on the H-bar, included in the kit is just a little bungee cord, kind of shock cord thing. Gives me the ability anytime I'm transporting on the trailer, I like to just lock that H-bar in a down position right there. You also have these same quick pins that you can pull right here at the front legs if you wanted to take the whole thing off and put it in the car. But I like to keep my car free up for my gear, so I like to just fold it down and lash it down with the supplied bungee right there. Let's talk about electronics. So I determined what would look best on my Pro Angler 14 would be the Lowrance Hook 7. I really like this unit. I like how it's got a nice big screen. It allows you to do split screens that are still adequate to read. You have a lot of options as far as you can do GPS on this. So I'm running GPS here, and then the topography off to the side. You go into the pages setting here and you can change up the different options. So the important things to me with a fish finder is knowing the depth of the water that I'm in. Water temperature is also a nice important thing to figure out. And GPS is kind of cool if I would ever take this boat out into the bay or do ocean fishing as well. So really cool features that this unit offers. Nice bright colorful screen as well. Let's talk about how this screen and how this whole system mounts though. So the Pro Anglers are Lowrance ready, and what that means is on the bottom of the kayak you have a removable plate. The plate is removable with 3 stainless steel screws and gives you the spot to place your transducer into. It's a really nice system. There is no holes drilled in the boat at all to mount this entire system on here. Basically, what I'm running with this is the transducer, which is kind of located right underneath the seat at the hull. Once you mount the plate back in, everything is flush with the bottom, but allows the transducer to get the water temperature, because you're getting water right into that transducer pocket. It also, one thing I'll tell you, when you mount that transducer in, you want to mount it about 1/8 to 1/4 inch high from the plate. That way you're getting full coverage of the water on the transducer. Cabling then runs up through, and that's the tricky part of running the wiring here, is running the wiring up through and kind of reaching internally inside of the boat. There is foam inside the boat here, so it does make it a little bit tough to run the wiring in there. That's probably the biggest struggle I had here. But transducer wiring then runs up through, and then I kind of spooled up the excess wire inside the boat and used some tie wraps to make it look clean. And then I'm running the transducer cabling out through this right here. These are caps that are already done up from Hobie, so you have one left and right. You just got to determine whether you want your head unit left or right side. For me, I'm right-handed, and I like to cast across my body, so that's why I determined I wanted to keep the left-hand side of my boat freed up. So the head unit, I decided to go on the right side here. Now I use the ram system here. It's a ram mount. Get all this through Hobie. It basically uses a ram ball system that allows you to change the angle of where you place the head here, and then you just kind of tighten it up. If you loosen the whole thing, you're going to take the whole unit off, and you can simply do your quick disconnect plugs for your power source and the transducer from the head. This is something I'm always going to keep inside the truck until I get to the water and I kind of set up my boat for the day before I put it in the water. So very easy system there. These are all waterproof plugs and such, so you can just kind of leave these hang in the boat there. As far as the power source that I used on this, I decided to go with the new option that Hobie has, which is the lithium power pack. I haven't used it yet to be able to tell you, battery expectancy and how well it holds up, but it's extremely lightweight and small, very compact. It does fit into their battery keeper that they give you. It kind of fits off to the left-hand side of that keeper, and probably weighs about 1.5 pounds, if that. It's a very lightweight unit. It's easy to remove, and it comes with a 12-volt power plug that you can plug it right in the wall at home and give it a charge the night before you go fishing. That way you're all charged up. I'm excited to see how the battery holds up for me over some time here and some good fishing adventures this summer. I want to just give a special thanks now to my sponsorships through the Hobie kayaking fishing team out of California. Appreciate you guys letting me be on the team, and also would like to thank AFCO, one of my sponsorships, and thank Lancaster County Marine, most importantly, for helping me out with the rigging on this boat and getting me set up with, they do an awesome trailer system here. We have the Trailblazer kayak trailer. Makes hauling this boat a breeze all the time. This Pro Angler 14 is like a bass boat to me, but not really. It's a pretty awesome thing to do kayak fishing. If you've never tried it, you got to give it a try. And give these guys a shout in here at Lancaster County Marine. Phone number is 717-859-1121. Give a call to our store here, and we'll be happy to help you out. And if you need some custom rigging done, or if you want to order a Pro Angler that's similar to this one right here that I use, just let them know, and they'll be happy to help you out. Visit their website, www.lancastercountymarine.com or www.lcmboating.com. Thanks for watching.